to the six. Couple games lost purely to the jinx. On a day the former commish needs a prey, we welcome one and all, two and all, three and all to The Ball is Bay, your favorite NBA podcast in an Indian accent. Forgive my somber tone, it's in respect to David Stern's condition, but welcome back to The Ball is Bay NBA podcast, your weekly dose of all things NBA. This week, Russell Westbrook and Trae Young learned the hard way about the existence of basketball gods. Kawhi revealed his caustic, humorous ways to us all, and the Bucks and the Kings agreed to play in the inaugural Prison Games, which I'm surprised is not the title of a Nicolas Cage movie already. Speaking of Cage, I've got with me as always the ageless boss of virtual reality, someone who loves trying new modes of travel each day, and someone according to whom a podcast is only as good as its co-hosts. My co-host, Vineet Devaya. Welcome back to our pod, Vineet. Our surroundings are far less ornate than last time.
It is very less ornate.
Yes. Last time you were in a club.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was in a club. That's true. I am in my office.
Club.
I'm in my office today in Luxembourg.
Yes.
And I'm excited to be on this pod because we have a very special guest. Did you know this?
Definitely. Please help the audience.
So, we debated a lot on how to introduce this guest. And I think the best way to sort of introduce this guest is to just kind of think of our journeys as fans, right? Mm-hmm. Like we were fans of basketball for years and years. And the dream of every basketball fan is to go to a basketball game or go to the All-Star game or something, some game that you can see your stars come and play, right? But this specific person was not a fan.
Oh.
But she got to go to all the NBA games, all the All-Star games, and then she became a fan. And I would like to introduce Brinda into our podcast today, who is, as said by her, a fan after getting work opportunities in the 3 All-Star games that she went to. And one season game? Is that what it is, Brinda?
Yes, one season game.
Welcome to the pod, Brinda. First of all, this very formal introduction, it seems a little weird for me.
Hey man, I was specifically said, this is how you have to introduce me. So
I was given proper instructions.
I was given proper
instructions.
instructions.
How it's supposed to happen. Yeah. Hi Vineet, hi Ashwin.
What is up, Brinda?
And we don't want people losing their jobs on our podcast, do we?
Yeah,
No,
never.
definitely.
And then you'll have to hire me. I hope you have a plan for that.
I hope you're okay with 33% equity and zero cash. If that's the money, you're definitely welcome to join our group. Welcome once again to the pod, Brinda, please.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
Yes, a pleasure is ours, as always.
Yes. So
Yes.
So Brinda, we wanted to talk about this one season game that you sort of visited, and was that the first thing that you went to as part of the NBA team?
So the first time I ever experienced the whole NBA was at the All-Star, which was the 2017 All-Star in New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
First time out of the country, first time watching something that grand.
Was that your first time out of the country?
Yeah, it was first time out of the country. So I got my passport. So what had happened was I was supposed to go for the 2016 All-Star in Toronto, but I didn't have a passport. So because my dad was of this believer that I anyway can't control her, so if I get her a passport, then it's unbelievable, right? So it's like this crazy protective parent. But finally I got a passport. I got it one day before All-Star 2016, which obviously meant I couldn't go. So when
Too bad.
2017 happened, and I was just like, dibs. I'm going for this. So I drove everyone crazy. But yeah, 2017, New Orleans, first ever time in the US, first time after I got my passport. So I don't think it could have gotten bigger than that.
Yeah.
Then 2018, then 2017, 2018, 2019. And in 2019 is when I saw the Bucks versus Pacers game at Indianapolis.
And that was right after the All-Star game, or was it before the All-Star game?
Yeah, it was right after. It was before the All-Star game.
But something happened during the All-Star game which has changed your life.
What happened?
You met Vineet there.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. Such a pleasure. And I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
Such a great person. And he was this hustler. Like I was always so scared. I was always following protocols. I was like, oh no, I have to sit in my seat. And Vineet is like, no, let's go anywhere, wherever we want. We'll go there. The view is so much better. I was like, no, Vineet, you can't do that. It's really like I don't know. I can't take responsibility. And he's like, yeah, nothing happens. I just had like a grand buffet lunch right now. So you figure if you want to do this or not.
I walked into a nice buffet lunch. That was for only like, I don't know, people working there or something. Special people.
Yeah.
It was great food. It is true. Now that I think about it, I was a little bit breaking the rules.
Rowdy, yes.
A little bit rowdy.
and inherently, like, I completely flip when I don't know what the other person is going to do, especially if you're a part of my team, like that comes with the job of just stressing out, and I'm just like, I just hope he's fine, I just hope no one tells him anything. So it was just like a lot of anxiety. So yeah, I will never forget Vineet. Never.
The All-Star game, I mean, it's more about the stars, but watching an actual competitive game like the Pacers and the Bucks. I guess you've been watching the Pacers then for long. Were you instrumental in bringing them to India, or is that a under the cover story?
No. There's no under the cover story. Typically, like, the league takes the call on that, right? And they kind of gauge interests of the team. And Kings were really, really excited to come because of Vivek.
Well.
And of course, when Vivek and Herb are friends, so they just decided that it can't get better than this, And for the first ever time, we're going to a new market. Best friends take over the world. All of that. Vivek coming back home. And the Pacers were here, like, I think some of their management had visited India earlier, and they really liked the whole vibe of the country and of the people.
Vibe?
Like, I know it sounds like vibe. It sounds super cliche,
yes.
But it's just so much happening here, and I think they saw a couple of our programs that happened through the league. So they were just like, oh, this is great. So I think they just jumped at the opportunity. We had nothing to do with that.
Okay, so it was a top-down decision rather than a bottoms-up approach.
Wow.
I mean, our ideas our ideas are great, but when people consider it, I will boast about it.
Please go for it.
Yeah,
after that humility of not taking credit for something you didn't do, you have to take a boast about something.
Yeah.
That's true. And in terms of the All-Star game that happened in India, the NBA game, preseason game that happened in India, what were the things that sort of, I mean, if you had to describe the entire experience, both from your perspective as a professional as well as a fan, like what were the sort of challenges that you faced in terms of getting, people to talk about the game and get the publicity and getting stars and getting everybody involved, and also getting fans to kind of travel to Mumbai to buy the tickets? Like, can you talk a little bit about that part?
So it was larger than life. Like, I couldn't have, so professionally, because been involved in the whole making, the whole announcement, and how you want to take this to your fans, to your stakeholders, all of that aspect, right? Larger than life. However, not a lot of people understand what a global game means. They know what a regular season is, they know what an all-star is, but they don't know what a global game or like a India game in this matter is. So we kind of had we faced a lot of challenges when we had to explain the scale of it, because it was unbelievable, right? Like, we had hardwood floors flying in from the States. We had over 400
really?
people.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So the floors of the basketball game came from the US.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's a regulation. I think it probably is, because India doesn't have such a high quality plywood or whatever that wood is.
Really?
Hardwood.
No, I mean, I wouldn't know about the infrastructure that India holds or not, but I mean, it was very inevitable, right? Like, we had to get the best people to do the job that they've been doing for like many decades, and we had great partners here who we worked with, of course, from a production perspective, but you could not pull off an event of that magnitude if you didn't have that expertise flying down too.
True.
And we had over 400 people staying in Bombay. We took over 3 hotels, all of them just NBA staff, NBA, everybody. Like, it was a crazy affair. But yeah, the biggest challenge was the scale, because you could never explain how big it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it was unbelievable. Like, we had basketballs on the Gateway of India. Like, that was a light and sound show which we had never seen before. Never. We had a floating court.
Mm-hmm.
Never
That
again.
was a great idea. That was
Yeah.
such a good idea.
Like, I believe for this particular event, anything that you thought came true.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the kind of investment that was made, right? Like, what would you think? Like,
No one thought of like
go wild.
no one thought of like giving us some money though. Right, Ashwin?
Maybe by next
time.
Games,
Maybe
yeah,
next time.
definitely.
Maybe next
Yeah.
time.
I mean, we'd make this a regular phenomena. We'd get you like on a regular basis, fund everything, own you guys.
Or just give us access to Larry Bird's room. That would
Oh
have been
yeah,
fun.
Larry
Yeah.
Bird. Did you get to meet Larry Bird
it.
though?
I mean, you know what happens most of the times is they always like cross by you and then you don't realize what happened because you're never in their line of sight.
Larry
What?
Bird
I
is
would
6'10".
Yeah, he's
I would
like
say
a
that-
7-foot guy and he just can't
But-
just pass by you.
No. I am never in their line of sight. So it's usually like, you're walking across and they literally just walk past, but they're so nice. Like, not just Larry Bird, like LeBron, Isaiah Thomas, Curry, like
name
all
drop.
of them are just
Name
I
drops.
just
Just
like-
name drops. She's like, Larry Bird, it's a Buddha hai. We got LeBron.
LeBron को भी देखा है.
Yeah, huh?
no,
Just
because,
name drop.
because of All Star, like they're so wonderful. They're just like, oh yeah, and then they wink at you and everything. And I'm just
Ooh,
like, shut up.
who's- oh.
Stop doing this to me now.
What-
You
what-
cannot.
All
You
right.
cannot do this.
All right.
Who's winking at you though? Can this be?
Oh
LeBron
yeah,
James.
I have like a boomerang of LeBron winking at me. I just hope I do have it still. Like he just walks past me, and what happens in the States is, Avineet, you must have seen. There's not a lot of entourage like around players, right? Because
Yeah,
Not in the games. Okay.
They all understand their
this is for the fan.
space.
Yeah.
And this is for the fan, and they understand how to respect each other. So they're never really protected like how Indian celebrities are.
Oh.
So they walk across you, and they're so nice, and they probably always want to meet you. I can't remember one of these other players where I was at one of the games was like opening a can of Coke next to me, and I'm just like, wait, is that him? Is that him? Suddenly you can't remember who he is because, I'm just like Googling him, that face, that t-shirt, which team t-shirt color is
Oh
that?
my God.
So I've had like very random experiences. But
Yes.
India Games was amazing. Like we did everything possible. We had the first game which was called Kids,
Mm-hmm.
which was insane.
Kids.
Like, the kids,
Yes.
yeah, the kids were just insane. We had a lot of Indian entertainment, so it kind of made you realize that they're finally here and
Yeah.
they're embracing what we also have to offer as a region.
And
So,
they
a lot
got
of
my
fun.
major crush Monica Dogra to sing the national anthem for the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it for you,
But
really.
yeah, that's true.
Okay. I have no idea who that is.
You're not aware of that.
I have
You don't know who that
I
is.
have no idea. who that is.
We'll cut this part out.
Like, who? Monica, what?
Yeah, man, come on. Have you not seen Dobhigat? No, okay.
Yeah. But Vineet, you met Bhuvan, right? You
I
remember
did meet Bhuvan. Yes.
Bhuvan was one of the singers of the
national
anthem
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
He
I
sang
saw
the
that.
Indian national anthem. Yeah,
Got
for the
it, okay.
day one. Yeah.
Yeah, day one.
So is it true that Guru Randhawa lip synced that second day's national anthem, or is it?
I was outside. I didn't know.
That's a good
I
answer.
didn't even-
So
yeah.
it's a good answer. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
I was on the red carpet and I was just like
Okay.
doing my job.
All right,
He
Brinda.
walked in.
All right. The conspiracy theories will continue.
So in all your experiences with players, like which was the like other than LeBron winking at you, right? Do you have any other very like your favorite NBA player story in terms of like a person you like in terms of the conversations you had and also a player that you like watching?
I mean, because you are a fan now, so
Yeah, you're a fan now,
Yeah.
so
So first All-Star, I had no idea who Boogie was.
okay.
And so what happens is you just have all of these players in one room and you get the opportunity to hop across wherever you want to go.
Okay.
So I saw and I had zero idea. So I'm just going where the crowd is going,
Okay.
and suddenly I see the board and everyone is just like Boogie, 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 and I'm like, who is this guy, right? So I go there and I stand and I'm just waiting because I don't know what he's going to say. I mean, for all you know, I probably didn't even know which team he plays for, stuff like that.
You know, all the
So-
NBA fans listening to this will be like, isko bheja.
Isko.
Isko bheja.
Yeah, I work very hard behind the scenes though.
Yeah. Ooh. the reason I was saying this is because when I came back from the All-Star game, I think the first thing I told Ashwin was that I was standing with a bunch of reporters and Russell Westbrook walked past by and they were like, "Ye kaun hai?" I was like, "This is Russell." And करते क्या? Like basketball खेलता है और क्या करता है?
Yeah, the novelty of Indian people is like adorable. I would say in the right. But yeah, I mean that's usually what happens, right? Like even when I went, so there's this guy Boogie, he's like massively tall, has like this beanie that he's wearing, and he's just so funny. I don't remember what he was saying, but I just remember so much laughter.
What?
That at the end of it, like I don't know what he was saying. Like everyone was laughing. Whatever questions were asked, like he had some really suave and sassy, and he has this slang, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm in love. Who are you? And then
It's a love letter to
Yeah,
Boogie
and then-
right here.
yeah, I know. And then I went back and I was just like, who is this Boogie? And then I was just like, oh wow, this guy is really big. He's a great player. And he's supposed to have a great personality and all of that. And I was like, no wonder. And then I was like, next time I see him, I'm just probably maybe gonna like smile at him.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't see him next time in that All-Star.
Right.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I don't think he made any All-Stars after that. He got like injured pretty bad.
He did get injured.
That's-
And in terms of watching people play, like when you now started following basketball, who do you like game wise?
Kyrie, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Hey.
Antetokounmpo, I can spell Antetokounmpo perfectly.
Wow.
That is one of the things that I learned.
Okay, we will not make her do that then. Note.
Yes.
Okay. We'll not make her spell the name.
But that's exactly right. So, of course, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Russell Westbrook. Who else do I love? LeBron James.
Kawhi.
Kawhi. Yeah, of course. After like Toronto, yeah. And Clippers. Like I know, like I remember. So when we just started working on the more localizing aspect of this, I wouldn't know if you'll understand. So we started calling Kawhi Tabahi. Tabahi means destruction.
Hello, we
right?
know a little bit Hindi, okay? There's no
Yes.
need to make it seem like we are from completely from South India, that we don't know any Hindi.
No, so we used to use words like Kawhi ne macha di tabahi. Kya bol rahe hai? And I was just like, best commentary, best language, best way to pick up things that probably you may not
I
understand.
actually think that this the Punjabi commentary that they do on NBA is absolutely is the most.
Have you-
They should just make
It's the best.
Punjabi the official language of the NBA in India. No Hindi, no nonsense like this. Put Punjabi and like we will understand what they're trying to say. I swear to God, man. Like I
Is
think
it
that's
that
the
good?
best.
I haven't heard it though.
It is so
It's
so
superb.
fun. It's so fun too.
It's superb.
It captures the essence of what they're trying to say.
Is it
Like
Navjot
Hindi-
Singh
Yeah,
Sidhu?
even-
We should get Navjot Singh Sidhu to do it.
No. That is too much laughter.
Too
I
much
can't
laughter,
handle
okay.
that much laughter.
Okay.
And I think it's this bunch of Canadian reporters or like whatever commentators.
Punjabi.
They do this job and they do such an amazing job. It's crazy. Like you should definitely check it out. I don't know how you will check it out, but you should definitely check it out.
You can actually check it out on the League Pass that we have. There's an option to check Punjabi.
We don't allow selling on this.
Also, I can't. The problem with the League Pass, and this is my feedback as a fan, but who travels different countries, is that the international League Pass doesn't work in India.
It doesn't.
No.
Why should it work in India?
India and US are
actually
the
it
only
should.
places it doesn't work. So if I buy a League Pass in India, I can't use it anywhere else. And if I buy
India's
a
League Pass is the cheapest League Pass you will ever find anywhere in this world. I think.
yeah, but
the
I can't
US
use
one-
it anywhere, so I can't buy it. So I
obviously,
can't get access to
yeah.
the Indian games.
Okay.
Is my point.
What is Indian
I mean,
games?
I didn't
Like
know actually
Indian
about
commentary or
this,
whatever.
But yeah.
Why?
Oh.
No, please. You're better off not listening to it.
Well, you just said the Punjabi commentary is great.
No, the Punjabi commentary is from Canada. I don't think it's Indians doing the Punjabi commentary.
No. So it's not the Indians doing it, but usually what happens is when you have very popular games or you have your league games going on between two rival teams and stuff like that, they really amp it up because they want to create a lot more localization. So Punjabi commentary is not available in India.
Yeah.
It is available in the US. But on the app, actually, I could access it. But I mean, yeah. But Hindi commentary is great. Like there was this one line where they said, "Lonzo Ball ke papa to aaj bade khush honge." The way he's played today, and I was just like, my papa is also very khush today.
You have two Bollywood, that all these Bollywood drama they introduce into this, you'll be sold.
Oh
Lonzo Ball ke papa.
So I mean, the emotion is so real, right? You can't do this in English. So yeah, I think we're having a great time. Just like customizing everything, localizing content.
So we're going to talk about NBA stuff.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
The theme for today's podcast under NBA, which is the theme all the time, is the mid-season awards. No, quarter season awards.
The quartile awards.
The quartile. Oh, that's a nice one. Quartile
Thank you.
awards. Is that
It's
a thing?
It's a statistically derived term.
Oh, okay.
Like the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile.
Oh, right. Ah, look at this
What does
guy,
that mean?
English medium boy. Just want to tell people that we may have Indian accents, but we all studied in English medium.
Yes, that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
So the first award is the Rookie of the Year award. So we'll start off with Ashwin, so that we can give Brinda some time to think.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a bit of the curveball, as they say in America.
Yeah. I'm like blank right now, but yeah, go for it.
I nominate Ben Simmons for this award.
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
Rookie of the Year?
He's not a rookie.
I'm kidding. Of course, it's a joke.
I mean,
Come on, man.
hey,
It's
this
a joke.
even I know. Come on.
Ben Simmons will not be getting this award this year. He got it last year and the last to last year. He's a two-time Rookie of the Year, but he'll not be getting it 3 times. I think for me, personally, I think we've talked about it also one of the pods before. Ja Morant, as of now, for me, at least, he's the Rookie of the Year.
And who do you think is kind of like, you should give it one and then maybe two. Number
Yeah,
two.
man, I really hope that Zion would come back. But apart from that, I like this, what's that guy, that white guy on Miami Heat, that 3-point
Tyler
shooter,
Herro.
Tyler Hero. Tyler Herro.
Yeah, I was gonna take his name. I was just gonna say, that guy in Heat, because I wouldn't know his name.
Okay.
But yeah, that guy in Heat, definitely.
So Brinda, for you is the guy in Heat.
Yeah, the guy in Heat. Yeah, let's call him
I
that.
think no. There are two guys in Heat who are on the
Okay.
Miami Heat.
But
So-
she said the white guy.
She said the white guy. Okay,
Yeah.
then the white
The
guy.
white guy,
Definitely.
yeah.
The white guy.
Tyler Herrero.
Because Kendrick Nunn is
Tyler
also, I think.
Herrero.
Kendrick Nunn is also very good, yeah.
Is his name Herrero or Hero?
Herro. I just call him Herrero
Herrero.
so that, it's just,
It's funny.
I
funny,
I heard Ferrero, but yeah, okay.
it's hero with an extra R. So I don't know how you're
Okay,
going to
got
say
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me also it's Ja Morant. But this is the question for the Rookie of the Year. If Zion Williams comes back, like say in December, right, and he just like kills it, would you give it to Zion?
I would. I love Zion Williams.
Yes.
Okay, see, please understand this. Like,
Ah.
I see a new player every year, and just like, okay, this guy is great. I love him. I love how he's on court, and I love how he's being received and how he engages, and how the crowd really vibes him. Like, usually it's a lot about opinions and what he evokes.
Yes.
Because that's all I understand as a new fan. So it's probably not a lot of technicalities for me, but it's just, okay, what are you doing? Because I remember feeling the same thing for Victor Oladipo, like a couple of years back,
Yeah.
right? So because I saw him for the first time at All-Star, and I was just like, oh wow, like what is going on with him?
Was that the Black Panther year where he did the Black Panther dunk? Was that the year
Yeah,
you saw him?
yeah, with Chadwick Boseman.
Yes. Oh, that's a nice way
So-
to see him for the first time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Black Panther, and then all the music, and then they were dunking. It was insane. Like it was insane. But basically, that's what like kind of matters to me. And of course, like when you think of it, you're just like, oh, how he plays and how he's so much showing potential, whatever.
But in that case, let me ask you. So now that you have seen the best basketball possible, right? You've seen regular season games. You've seen All-Star games. You've seen LeBron winking at you. You've seen Giannis Antetokounmpo. You've seen Dirk Nowitzki's last All-Star game. Dwayne Wade's
Yes.
last All-Star game. Like you've seen
Yeah.
the best, right? You've seen the best. So how do you, when you come back to India and like when you're not watching NBA games, do you follow local basketball scenes or something? Because Borivali has a YMCA, I think, and they have tournaments. Or
Yeah.
do you catch any 3-on-3 tournaments that happen, or is there some sort of like, do you love the game now, or do you love the players? Like, where is it right now, the love for you?
I think I came back after the first. I think after the first year of being introduced to the league, I wanted to learn how to play because it was just so cool, and it just seemed really fun, right? Like, like it's a nice fun thing to do, and you have all these cool things happening on court, and you are automatically a cool kid. At least that's what American sitcoms always taught you, because the guy who's a cool guy and the girl who's a cool girl, they always play ball. So that's what I wanted to do. But yeah, of course. So after I started working, like, it was like this whole process of probably waking up early. Like, I used to go to office at around 8 o'clock so that I could have breakfast and watch the game. And I used to sit and watch it with my office boys, and they are like, "Madam, आप फिर से basketball देख रही है?" And I was like, "हाँ भैया, आप भी देखिए कि देखो कितना मजा आ रहा है." And I think after that, it was just like trying
grassroots
to see
marketing. This is
yeah, absolutely.
Always working 24/7.
Then it was just like watching on the phone, reading more about it, reading about players. Yes, and then usually because I'm a large part of the India scene that's happening, yeah, I may not know a lot of what's going on a national level or like on a district level, but I know what's happening in like pockets. I know a Nagpada Basketball Association doing XYZ things. I know that there are girls in Gangya that are probably breaking stereotypes by doing whatever they want to do, building their own court, you know. And then I know that there are monks in Dharamshala who look at basketball as a way of exercise and being fit. It's a part of their lifestyle. So I kind of know all of these key stories. I know the stories of grassroots, which is like through the programs. But yeah, I mean, I think it will take me a couple of more years to kind of get entrenched into the Indian basketball scenario.
I think one little thing that Vineet might have missed is, Vineet, she mentioned the Nagpada Basketball Association, right?
Yes.
You know what it's called, right? The NBA.
NBA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Nagpada Basketball Association, yeah. They have a sign. They have a sign which says NBA. And I was like, oh wow, they got to the NBA before us.
That's the most interesting place you will ever visit if you ever are in Bombay.
So there's another, I'll give you one more tidbit. So I started playing, so I went to a naval school. So it's there even in Mumbai, it's called Naval Public School. It's there everywhere. And so,
in Colaba.
Yeah, in Colaba, right? So the court that we had in our
Goa.
school, it was called, so there was like it was Navy Basketball Association. So it was the NBA. So we used to always, so let's go to NBA today.
Oh, you've been in the big league since childhood.
Yes. बचपन से NBA में खेल रहे हैं. Okay, तो क्या है?
बचपन से.
So let's go to Defensive Player of the Year.
Whoa.
Okay.
We shall again start with Ashwin because I see Brinda sometimes.
I'm just like, who would it be? Come on, give me some hints.
I think for me, definitely, I think I would. I know, like, if you have to rate them, I would say Anthony Davis, Giannis, and Bam Adebayo. Because I like Bam Adebayo, the name I like it. I like the way it sounds. It sounds like he's gonna like whack you if you try to get into the paint.
Yeah.
But I think for small people, I think Marcus Smart should also be mentioned in the. He should be in the talk somewhere.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Because I saw him. I know that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard should automatically be there, but
they're not trying.
I don't
right
think
now.
They don't really care about these silly awards right now.
Yeah.
So I would say Anthony Davis is right now has got my vote, but by the second quartile it could change. It's not for sure, but right now I would say Anthony Davis.
Okay. Brinda.
Antetokounmpo.
Oh, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, like I've been watching him since for 4 years since he came into the picture. I think a little longer than that, because I was so fascinated by his name, and then I realized his pet name is Greek Freak.
Which is
and then I started realizing how he plays. Like, oh my god! And I saw him play live, right, when I went for Pacers versus Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Incredible! Like, you would want to not cross paths with him, but if you did, like, he'd make it worth it. So yeah, absolutely. And
Antetokounmpo, okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think for me also AD, and then Antetokounmpo, and you know what? I'm actually going to put Marcus Smart up there because nobody in the
Thanks for stealing my answer, Vineet.
Yes, I'm gonna emphasize your
Pretend
research
like it
into
was
this.
your own answer. Okay, got
Yes,
it.
that's exactly what it is. And mostly because being tall is so like makes you so much more easier at defense because you can stop anybody. And the Boston Celtics are doing really well, and they really don't have any defensive stopper. And Marcus Smart is the only guy who's also guarding like centers. So I would give it to Marcus Smart. Great, very good catch.
But
Ashwin.
one extra question. Now, I mean, I think I'll do this little thing where, for each award, I'll ask Brinda a personal question about this thing.
Okay.
I noticed that when you were talking about all these players, like the Kevin Durant's name did not come up at all in that discussion. So is it because you hate Kevin Durant because then you're automatically loved by this podcast? Or is it that, you because he's not played this season, you're like, what is the point of talking about someone who's not playing this season?
I have met him when he was in India.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he came and he did the whole camp thing.
He did the whole camp thing, and we had like 3 days of just KD. And but just a little before that, I think there was like this whole betrayal scenario between when he left Russell.
Hashtag too soon.
Right?
Okay.
So and then after that he started playing, and then of course, I mean, he was great and everything, but like never really could warm up to him. I don't know why, but I mean, great player. Like you can't deny that, but never. I don't know.
When we ask you these questions, we want to know, because you've seen him at an arm's distance, at a wing's distance, to speak in your lingo. So, I mean, obviously, you must have seen there's Harrison Barnes was there. That is where I guess we met for the first time.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes, your Robert Torrey, all these legends. And then the Kevin Durant was also there. I mean, his basketball exploits are, there's no debate, like one of the best players ever. But as a person, maybe if you say he didn't warm up, then we have one more reason to hate him.
No, so basically I'll give you a little fun fact about it. So we were talking and all of us were together. It was like a question answer sort of thing. Like he's super reserved as a person. He's not very outgoing. But while he was even sitting in a group of, like on a table with a group of people, he had a pen and paper, and all he did was he just drew out the court and he started thinking of the positions that he would want to, like he was strategizing.
What are you saying?
He was. And that was kind of really cool because when I think we met Brooke Lopez, when he came to India, he started sketching people who were around him. So, I mean, I think they have these different quirks about how they try to focus, right? So, when Kevin did that, and we were like, maybe he's misunderstood quite a bit because, I mean,
he's a shy person.
That he wants. Yeah, he's a shy person, and he's doing everything that he wants for the game he loves. And he's passionate about it. And it was like really cool. Like it was just like a napkin or a piece of small paper that you see in a hotel, like with a pencil. And then he was just like trying to find out like how he wants to do, how he wants to play, and that was really enduring. So that is probably the only reason maybe I'm not too hateful or too loved like whatever towards him. It's neutral.
Neutral is good enough.
Yeah.
Neutral is decent. Yeah.
Neutral is better than love.
Neutral is better than love. That's a hot take. Okay. That's a hot take. We will discuss that later. Vineet, let's go on to this next award of ours.
The next award we have is the MVP award.
What?
So we shall ask Brinda first this time.
Luka.
So Luka for MVP. Okay, that's not a bad choice. That's not a bad choice.
Yeah. That's not a wrong answer. Definitely, Lucas. He had a 40-point triple-double today. I mean, that dude is killing it in North America, USA and Mexico.
But he's not, and he's like a global player.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes it all the more interesting because if you see more and more like Antetokounmpo, Luka, or Pascal Siakam, all of them are probably not your quintessential American boys playing the game, and it's become so much more global. It's become so much more fun to watch these players from around the world do this. I think Lucas finally kind of put Mavericks on the
back
spot.
on the map.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Wait!
No, come on.
Mavericks were always on the spot thanks to Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, of course, Dirk Nowitzki,
Calm down, Vineet.
Cuban, everyone. Like I met Mark Cuban too, so great.
What?
But if you actually go to see,
Disrespect.
like from a Maverick, like who really knows, right? Like at least from my level, would I really want to know? No, like my
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
does-
I mean,
so, yeah,
from a new
Mavericks
fan's
definitely.
perspective.
Yeah,
From a new
I
fan's
can understand.
perspective.
Luca is more
Okay.
Yeah,
more
he's
fun
he's
to
killing
watch.
it. He's killing it. Yeah.
All
Luka
right,
the best
Vineet,
story.
your answer for
MVP for me at this point is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
But
Uh-huh.
Luka is really, really close. And if the Mavericks end the season in the number 2 or number 3 spot, it has to go to Luka because he's new.
Definitely.
The West is loaded. He's playing great teams. He probably has a equal team like Giannis in terms of like strength. Other than maybe Kristaps is pretty, but he's not really playing that well.
Kristaps is pretty. That's true.
I mean, it's pretty good, but
well,
he's not playing that well.
you know, and no, well.
He's not. I would say Giannis and then Luka.
Giannis and then Luka.
I would say then maybe AD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's my 3.
Okay.
What were you?
My pick, see, I don't think anybody is considering him for
Westbrook?
MVP right now. No. Not right now. But maybe MIP in the playoffs. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But for me, I think I feel Anthony Davis should be front runner for MVP. See, Giannis has done great, but I think
He plays with
him playing
LeBron
with the-
James.
no. See, that's
You
what
know
I'm
who
saying.
looked good playing next to LeBron James? Matthew Dellavedova.
No, that's not true. That is not true. I think Anthony Davis is making LeBron James look even better in his 15th year.
He took the team to finals like 2 years back.
It's not a debate. What? He took his team to the
Finals 2 years back.
so what? That's
What do you
okay.
want?
So
He's not.
see what I'm. See,
Anthony
you
Davis
don't
did
understand where I'm
not
coming from.
even
I'm not
go
saying-
up to
I
the
am
playoffs.
not saying he's the best player on the
It's
team. I'm saying
most
he
valuable
is the
player.
most valuable player on that team. If
No, how-
LeBron didn't have Anthony Davis playing with him, it would not be so easy for him to see Anthony.
If Giannis was not on Milwaukee Bucks, would the Bucks even make the playoffs?
No, they would not make the
Exactly
playoffs.
my point.
So
but
what?
if there was no Anthony Davis on Lakers, I think LeBron would get the team into the playoffs.
How is that relevant? They are right now the top team in the league.
They have the same record as Milwaukee.
That's what I'm saying. No, don't talk about Milwaukee. Please don't talk about Milwaukee. Milwaukee is playing in an East where the second best player is Joel Embiid. So that is done. I'm saying those two are it. There is no other team in the East which is that great. I'm saying to be in the West to have I'm saying Anthony Davis is the reason
shat
the
on the
Lakers
East.
are at. Hey man, come on, that's not new. Okay, that's not new in the podcast. What I'm saying is Anthony Davis, him being there is the reason that LeBron James can coast to his 28. I think LeBron in his sleep can get 20
Okay,
points.
that's fine. That's true with when
But
he was
for
playing
him
with
to go
Dwayne
to
Wade
the-
also.
No, at that point in time, LeBron James was the MVP. Like he was the most valuable person. But I think, in my opinion, Anthony Davis is the most important part of that team. Everyone else is going, and he
That's
is the
fair.
reason that they're going to win. If
Okay,
he
that I
is
understand. Okay.
what I'm saying is he is the difference maker. That's all I'm saying. He is the difference maker. Because
Yes,
LeBron
but-
can get cancelled out by a Kawhi or a Paul George, start-wise or something. Because LeBron is not even playing on defense and all. But Anthony Davis is the reason that they have the advantage. He's the best big man in the league right now. He is the
Ooh.
defensive player of the year.
So Giannis is not a big man.
But Giannis is not a big man. I think Anthony Davis is any day. I would
He's
say
a
Anthony
small
Davis is
big
better
man.
than.
Okay. Yeah,
No.
he's small.
I-
Okay, chalta hai.
He
What's
plays
going
like-
on in this podcast?
Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't play like a big man. Right? He doesn't play like Embiid or he doesn't play like Anthony Davis. He plays like Russell Westbrook, who's
Yeah.
He's
like
a bigger
really tall.
Russell Westbrook.
Definitely, because he plays with as much meanness.
Yeah.
He gets the rebound, rushes it. So that's
It's
what
like
I'm
if
trying
you
to
take
say.
Russell
So,
Westbrook and like stretch Russell Westbrook a little
stretch
bit, right?
Russell Westbrook, give him the same muscles, then you got Giannis
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo. Yeah. So Vineet, please silence for a bit. What do you think about that analysis, Brenda? So we can
think,
get.
It was very interesting, and I also thought you had a lot of personal stake with Anthony Davis because you got so personal. You were like, no, him. You don't know anything about it, and I was
No,
just
no,
like,
no.
okay, yeah, we're not going to argue. That's a good way to look at it. You do that. You do that. We
Like I
all
said-
need cheerleaders for everybody, even if it's Embiid. So yeah, we're gonna just like
I mean,
Yeah.
watch you do
I mean,
that.
I think Antetokounmpo is great, man. But like when Kawhi left at Raptors, you have nobody on the East to lay stake. It is Antetokounmpo's conference to lose. That's what I'm saying. To be in the West, and I mean,
But they defeated
my main
like
point
the
was
Clippers, the Lakers. They defeated all the teams they had to defeat.
Yeah.
they defeated the Lakers.
No, I mean
Bucks.
they're going to play the Lakers soon. They will defeat.
So let them play the Lakers. I think so. So that is where I think that match should be. Both teams should be like, this is the best team in the East. This is the best team in the West. We need to put out a statement saying boom. I'm gonna play like this as our match to lose. Like both teams have to come, and then whichever team wins, I think that player has the edge in the in the
Race
MVP
to the
race.
MVP.
In the race to the MVP, the Maurice Podoloff
Fair
trophy.
Okay,
Fair.
fine,
Fair
sure.
enough. By the way, Vinith, did you know who the MVP tour trophy is named after?
No, is it Jerry
The
West?
trophy's name is Maurice Podoloff trophy. Okay.
Okay.
So now, obviously, the question is, who is
Who is
Maurice
Maurice
Podoloff?
Podoloff?
Yes.
Is he
Brinda,
a
as a new person in the game, as a student of the game. I mean, I'm not sure if you've used that word, but are you a student of the game?
I am the student of the game with no answer to this.
With no answers. So Maurice Podoloff was the first NBA commissioner. So
Oh,
they named the trophy after him.
fun fact.
I mean,
See,
it's
this is the
not-
time where Ashwin we say we learned something on the podcast.
Now we have learned something. You're supposed to say that I already knew this.
No, thank you. We learned something new on the podcast.
There you go.
And then Baby Shark do
That was
plays
so
in the background.
That's nice. Okay, so
All right,
next
all right,
award.
Vinny, now, you have another award. Then why did you put MVP in the middle of the pack?
Just to make it interesting so people don't get bored of it. Because everybody wants to talk about the MVP.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So I
Yeah.
just like, I'm
yeah.
like, it's like a movie.
You're playing with their minds. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's just like, whoa, this is a murder scene. ऐसा हो गया murder scene like the beach में.
When you least expected. Maar diya usko. Yeah.
Okay, so the next award is the most improved player award.
Man.
This is
Okay,
my
Vinny-
favorite award.
Vinith, you can start since it's your favorite award.
Yeah.
Yes. So either it's Pascal Siakam
What? Again?
again.
Okay.
Again. Either it's
He'll wait
Pascal-
for a justification from you? Okay.
Yes, or it's Luka. It's one of those.
I
think-
it's one of those. It's a nice choice. Nice choice.
Yes, so
I think-
it's one of those two people. I think probably Luka is going to win it, and it would be great if Luka wins both most improved and MVP. That'd be great.
I don't think that's ever happened before, though.
Which is why they would do it, because it's just like setting new records and precedents. It's all media stuff, anyways.
Yeah.
No, it's not media. It's all real.
It's all real. It's all real.
very, very
Everything
real.
is real. Everything is real.
It means a lot. Well, I'm out of my questions, NBA questions. Is there anything you have to add?
You might get a lot of hate mail after this because you've lived the dream of all of us poor
It
people.
is true. She has.
Because we have been like, we just wish that something like this could happen to us. But I guess it's true what they say, that good things happen to people who don't expect good things to happen to them. And all of us keep expecting something great to happen to us, and it never happens to us. So, I mean, apart from that, it was wonderful talking to you. I want to end with like one question, which and obviously our fun game at the end. My question is, you told me that you've been to New Orleans,
New Orleans, LA,
LA, and Charlotte, and the Bucks game, which was in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
You might have met Indian fans or Indian NBA fans or Indians there, or some interesting conversation that happened that you would like to share with us, the fans on the spot.
So really funnily what happened is right after the game, so maybe not at the games because usually I don't really get to interact with a lot of people. It's just
Work. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like a lot of surprise when they see us in an NBA scenario because they're just like, oh, like immigration officers are like, why are you here? I'm like, oh, I'm here for the All-Star. Are you sure? I'm like, No, I'm really sure. They're just like, you're old enough to travel alone. I
What?
mean, do you have like tickets and stuff? And I said, yes, I have a credential. Like, can you please like accept that? So that is one of the things there. So it's a lot of surprise. The second part is there's so much envy because I literally met a couple of my family and their friends right after the All-Star, and they were just like, shut up, just leave this house. How the hell could you do this? Do you know who this guy is even? Oh my god, did you touch him? And I said, no, I don't do these things over there. Yeah, right. Like, they were just like, yeah, did you say like hello to him? And did you like talk to him about how great he was in that game? And I said, no. And they were like, why did you go? Like, why do you deserve to go? And why are you doing this? So, I mean, it's just been of this so far.
And family is the best, always.
Yeah. Families are just so welcoming.
So welcoming.
So supportive. So supportive of your
exactly.
growth. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously, we can't let you go before answering our questions or if this or that kind of questions. We do this with all our guests. With all the guests that we love, we do them with them. So if we've not done it with you, then we probably don't love you. Whoever our guest is.
Oh shit. Okay.
But we're going to do this for you, so because we love you on the spot. So all right.
Yes.
We'll alternate between the questions. I'll ask the first question. You can do the second one. As usual, 5 questions. So all right, Brinda, let's start with this first one. Luka Doncic or Giannis Antetokounmpo, if they had to score one bucket to save your life from a pit full of crocodiles, who would you trust to do it?
Antetokounmpo.
Damn it. Okay, that's a good answer. All right.
Thank you. I would be alive to answer the next question.
Okay, if you had the opportunity to invite 2 more teams to play in India, which 2 teams would it be?
Celtics.
Celtics? Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Celtics and Clippers.
Clippers? What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just so interesting because everyone has their own rivalries because they keep thinking that, okay, Clippers and
Nobody.
the Lakers are the biggest No, the Clippers and Lakers is like the biggest rivalry. When Harden and Russell got together, like the unbreakable team and everything. Of course, when Durant went with Kyrie, and then everybody's injured at the end of the day. Like, I don't understand who's playing, who's not playing, and I'm like, why the hell did you even trade? Like, just sit at home. But like some things that they don't expect is, I think for me personally, the 2 teams that have really stood out this season and for the last, I think, 2 years has been Celtics individually and Clippers definitely. So I would love to see them play against each other because it would be so interesting. So much star power. I mean, it has everything. Entertainment, it has the game, it has the players, it has the energy. So definitely
they're all young players also, I think.
Young.
So young, so tall.
But yeah.
Okay. If I had to, my question. Okay. So Vineet has asked a really good question. He's stumped me actually.
Vineet really knows how to improvise.
Yeah, exactly. And he pretended like he didn't know how to do it.
National champion in Jam, all right? 3 years in a row.
That is not a real title, but we'll go for
True.
it. Okay. All right. Which city in the NBA, in the NBA landscape, you've been to 3 cities. Which place had the best nightlife?
Nightlife. Oh, New Orleans. There is no place like New Orleans.
Yeah. It's the Mardi Gras, home of Mardi Gras.
Yes. So I was there when the Mardi Gras was happening. Yeah. So
how did you guys cover the event? My God.
Yeah, we were walking on the street and there were these ladies with big pythons around their necks. It was just so wonderful. New Orleans absolutely seems like you walked into a life with like background music.
Wow.
Because there's everyone playing jazz.
It's the home place of jazz, yeah?
It's the home place of jazz. We went to some 10 bars back to back. Goosebumps every bar. Every bar has a character. Every bar has a story. On the streets, there are artists playing. So even if you're just walking from one place to another, it's like you're in a movie. So New Orleans, hands down. Charlotte was like, Pacao. There's nothing in Charlotte.
No, it was a great place.
I mean, come on. If you had to compare the nightlife, there's nothing in Charlotte. Like nothing.
That's true.
I mean, we want to be sent again. Yes, that's true.
Facts.
Charlotte is, facts. All right, Vineet, go for it.
If you had to pick the best NBA podcast? Would it be Ball is Bay or the Ringer NBA?
The Ball is Bay, definitely.
Yes!
I mean, there's no question.
Okay, you're on a roll.
You guys are so much more engaging, interactive, fun, easy to understand. So yeah, definitely.
Easy to understand. Oh, that's a backhanded compliment. Not bad.
Yellow.
That was supposed to be a very genuine thing. Like, give me some credit, man. Damn it.
We'll take it, Brinda. We'll take it. We love compliments. Left hand, right hand, whatever the compliment is. We'll take it. All right. Thank you so much, Brinda. This was absolute romper of a pod. I think we've been recording for almost an hour and 5 minutes. I did not expect this to happen. I expected us to be on time, but thank you so much for indulging us. Thank you so much for giving us all those answers, those stories, those KD snippets, your true views about Kyrie Irving, that you don't like him, which I'm sure you said it somewhere. Kevin Durant. I mean, also Kyrie, but whatever. We'll get to it. And thank you so much for being part of the organizing committee also, and being a fan, right? Being a fan of the NBA, because we need more people like you in power who can empower the game. Vineet, you want to add some final thank yous?
Yeah, no, I mean, thanks to Brinda. I mean, I think she was really helpful for me when I was in Charlotte during the All-Star game. It was my first time, so I was a little overwhelmed, and I was, I kind of just didn't know what to do, and she was kind of like, oh, I'll go do this, go do that, and I was like, okay, let's go. And the others were not doing anything, so I was just like running around getting stuff done. So it was cool, and I'm really happy that she came on the pod, and her answers were great. And like I said, this is probably the longest pod that we have recorded. So
this year's season, definitely, easily,
so,
not even a doubt.
Thank you. It's been such a ball. It's been such a ball to be on Ball is Bay, and I was so nervous about it, but I don't even realize when time went past. It's been so much fun, and I will keep in touch with you guys.
So, all right, thank you so much once again, Brinda. This is the 100th time I'm thanking you, but it still feels like, we have not thanked you enough. Thank you to all our listeners. Please catch this episode. Obviously, you've got this episode, but catch the future episodes. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, not Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. If you want to promote us, sponsor us, please let us know. We will definitely give you an opportunity to do it before all the other sponsors come on board. So catch us on the next episode then. This was a fun episode, and yes, Vinny, say bye.
Bye.